was like playing or voice chatting with a child.
I cannot stress enough how much I've been wanting to make this video. I've been planning it for a long time, and now it is finally that time to discuss possibly the worst person I've met. He is not the absolute worst I've talked about and discussed on this channel, but when it comes to knowing and talking to him, yes he is. Now when it comes to knowing Samuel, there is quite a lot to unpack here. He's done so much annoying, stupid, weird, and downright disgusting shit that makes me absolutely despise him to the core. He had a lot of chances to change, but he instead decided to bury himself in a sea of nothing but his own stupidity. I may have been wrong at one point when I called him out for sending racist messages, but that doesn't even compare to him. So let's dive into this rabbit hole that we will thankfully escape, as no one wants to be involved with this absolute waste of human skin.
Sonic,
Yeah, Mario?
you look extra beautiful today, I'm not even gonna lie.
So something that consistently annoys me about Samuel is how he acts. This guy constantly whines, screams, and pretty regularly spazzes out. Anytime he's in any kind of argument with anyone, he starts spazzing out. And by that I mean he's basically saying shit really fast and he stutters a whole lot. That's basically him whenever he loses an argument. He acts pretty much like a child. Sometimes he'll scream, but that seems more rare. Whining is something though that he does all too damn much. Anything that I say, he just has to moan and bitch about it. Now to be fair, I do actually know him a fair bit myself, but there are times where I literally say almost nothing, but he has to tell me to shut up or insult me with something fucking stupid. I understand that he would be ticked off by the fact that I use skill issue as a joke, and I do sometimes overdo it, but other moments I'll be doing nothing and he'll just call me a bitch. Like, bro, what the fuck did I do to you? He'll make fun of my name as well, but this next thing actually grosses me out, and I've told him before to stop doing it. But he shows his feet on VC, and it's more of a recent thing he's done. I've told him to stop, but he just does it over and over. He's even shown his ass before. Thankfully, he had his shorts on, but it doesn't take away the fact that it was weird as hell. I don't have the screenshots or videos of this because I was in VC with my friends, although they could probably just tell you if you were to ask them yourself. I'm not lying, and if you were in the server he was in or know the people, like I said, RJ, Fanzy, SBC, and other people, they would tell you the same thing. Funny thing is, him and RJ started making diss tracks on other people as a joke. They were funny, they did them just for shits and giggles. But then I got inspired and I made a diss at Samuel as a joke. And guess what? He decided to whine about it and saying it was bad over and over, saying how he only watched 20 seconds of it. Like, bro was really expecting it to be actually good. He only said that because I made it. I'll also bring in some people to give their thoughts on him. So first up is MilesSSC.
Okay, so my thoughts on Samuel. He was trolly and toxic in a very stupid and a childish way, like he was a 9-year-old on the internet. We had a friend named HyperSonicFan91, and we would play this Roblox game called Arsenal. And it was so dang annoying playing with him, because every time me or Hyper would get a kill, freaking Samuel would talk and be like, "You suck, oh my god, you're trash," even though he didn't do anything. And it was so dang annoying. It was like playing or voice chatting with a child. So my thoughts: annoying, acts like a child, and trolly and bitchy.
Thank you, Miles, and everyone make sure to go subscribe to her with the link in the description. I'd also like to welcome Speedy so he can tell his story about Samuel. It's a unique one, so here it is.
Hi everyone, this is Speedy Green Fox, and I want to thank SML Continuity for letting me be able to be in the video and give my thoughts on Samuel. So, my thoughts on Samuel's complicated because even though I don't like him, I don't hate him. It's very confusing because, like, even though he messed up my Discord server, random Sonic stuff, when it's still new and kick/banned lots of members when I gave him mod, and I can't get in contact with some of those members anymore, but anyway, because they're my friends in a server that got deleted. So there's that one downside to that. He could be mean sometimes, and he could act like a total like asshole. But there was some, like, he seems like a nice guy to his fans, I guess. So I give him props to that, I guess. And even though I don't like him, I am still grateful to him for one incident that happened. So Chaos Mario Bros. DM'd me calling me a pedophile. I was like, why? And he said, because someone told him and showed fake evidence that I wanted to suck Samuel's dick, and that was obviously not true because did he? Anyway, long story short, I was getting harassed for that in the Chaos Mario 7 and in DMs, and even though it was really, really bad, Samuel's like even confirmed saying it does not make sense why I would say that if we don't have a good track record with each other. But overall, even though Samuel could be a total asshole and he can suck, he still seems like a cool dude.
Thanks, Speedy, for that. And again, make sure to sub to him with his link in the description. Something funny that I just remembered is how he used to talk shit about certain people's plush content, but when he mentioned that he would make his own, he never ended up making it. Also, something Samuel really seems to enjoy is Demon Slayer, and my god, if you even dare to say anything about the show that isn't positive or make a joke about it, this guy literally takes it as a personal insult and tries talking shit to you if you even try to make fun of it. Anyways, I think that's enough for this section, so I think it's time to move on. And also, I'd like to apologize if people thought this section looked a little bit more boring than it usually would, because this was mostly purely just based off of my own personal recollection. But trust me, if you were to ask most people that were involved with Samuel, they'd probably just say yes, that he did some of this kind of shit. So, yeah, let's just move on.
Sonic,
Yeah, Mario?
you look extra beautiful today, I'm not even gonna lie.
So as the name implies, this guy's made so many mistakes and done so much terrible, weird, and annoying shit, some of which I've already mentioned. One thing he has done is call RJ the Beastler, but to be fair to Samuel, this was a while ago, so I'll get off his back for that one, and also RJ doesn't really seem to care anymore. He also has sent Demon Slayer porn before in a chat like any other person would, which I think even Chammer told me about when I was VCing with him at one point. It only makes sense as well, considering that he's fucking obsessed with that show. He also wishes death on people regularly, which he's literally done it for me probably more than anybody else he has. He also talks shit about my content, but he also begged me to make a video about Swift, which, yeah, I've already done it. Something that actively disgusted me recently was when he did this, and I'm gonna say he did it twice, was share a short video in a server and a group chat of what I assume is a rat getting its fucking private parts cut off by scissors, which I didn't notice at first, but after seeing it I wanted to puke. And he sent it twice. Apparently, according to RJ, Samuel got it a while ago from Mikey, which I'm wondering where he even got that from himself. Even then, why the fuck did he send it twice? Well, I suppose this is both their faults, since Mikey had it, but Samuel sent it 2 separate times. Another really stupid and annoying thing he did was, when I started saying skill issue a lot as a joke, he then started spamming it in paragraphs thinking he was funny, and it got on my nerves so damn much. Like, yeah, repetition was kinda my fault, but I never repeated it to this level and on such a magnitude. Something else that annoys me is how for no reason he also timed me out, which I'll be honest, in my server I did that to him a lot, but at least I let him back in. When I did it, I let him back in after like 10 seconds. But also, that was over a year ago, which funny enough, in my server everyone was getting annoyed by him and told me to ban him. But now, we've reached the final section. This is the last one, and it was the driving force behind why I decided to make this video. And after it happened, I considered Samuel to be irredeemable. So let's move on.
Sonic,
Yeah, Mario?
you look extra beautiful today, I'm not even gonna lie.
Just like I said, this caused me to consider Samuel to be completely irredeemable. So on April 20th of this year, at 1 a.m., I found out that my cousin passed away. It was from a motorcycle accident, which was also apparently on the news. Safe to say, this broke my cousin's heart, and it had the same effect on my family and friends. We lost someone who was not only one of the nicest people I've ever known and met, but he was also 17. He was turning 18 this year, but everything got cut short. And his family are still mourning his loss, and I understand why. Some of my friends checked up on me, making sure I was okay, and surprisingly enough, even Samuel did as well, which was nice. Still didn't like him, but the fact that he cared enough to see if I was okay was nice. Is what I would say if he wasn't the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. So during an argument we were having, he started saying random shit and making dumb jokes as usual. At which then, he made a joke about my cousin. At this point, I snapped. I'm not kidding when I wanted to say I wanted to beat the shit out of him after those disgusting words came out of his mouth. And he wrote it down consciously thinking what he said was just a joke. When in reality, he just destroyed any of the goodwill he could have had. Even a shred of the last bit of it he had. He broke it. He wasted everything all on a bad, terrible, disgusting joke about someone who recently passed away right in front of my face just because he was losing an argument. Let's move on now.
Sonic,
Yeah, Mario?
You look extra beautiful today, I'm not even gonna lie.
It was then that it dawned upon me. Why didn't I leave a while ago? Especially the fact that I was in the same server he was in, and I stuck around. If I was already sick of this guy before he decided to disrespect me like that, why didn't I leave? Honestly, I think it was just because of a foolish idea that he could learn someday or not cross a line like that. But I was so incredibly wrong to even think that way. Honestly, thinking about it now, he never deserved a second chance. Hell, he's received so many that he shattered so quickly. In so little time. He's so much worse than anybody else that I've gotten to know. There are people that I've discussed that are worse, but with them, I didn't talk to them regularly. And Samuel, I know you're watching this, and no matter what you do, you will always be the worst person I've ever met. I am Continuity, signing off.